How's it going today, guys? Sorry it's a little dark in here, but today I'm going to be freshening up the jack on my Blackhawk T11. It's a 750-pound transmission jack. It worked really good. It's only got 3 wheels, but it still does the job, and it's been the easiest way I've found to put transmissions in under a car when they're on jack stands. Now my problem comes, last time I went to use it, it would pump up. Oh, now it decides it works. Well, when I was using it, it would pump up and then decide once it got weight on it that it wasn't going to pump up anymore. Now it won't go down. Oh, it is down. It's not all the way down. So, I'm going to work on getting this cleaned up to the point where I get it in the basement, put some new seals in it. Because every time I'd pump, the second I'd let off was just like this. It would go right back down. That kind of sucks when you're trying to put a transmission in. And it's like 8 inches, needs to go 8 inches higher. So, I'm going to get started and hopefully be back inside. Got a good representation of it here real quick. You can kind of, it would just, once you had the pressure on it, it'd go back down. Now someone probably could, that's familiar with these probably knows what's going on. I don't, and this is my first time rebuilding a bottle jack, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so here we are. Move my chair out of the way. Got it inside. I went ahead and cleaned it off with gas a little bit. Printed out the instructions from Repair Parts List. I don't actually have a repair manual, but this kind of gives me a good enough idea of what is going on. Well, this says 63, so it's pretty old. I was going to make the joke of, you know how old it is when the only attachment they have is for a power glide, and their oil comes in an actual square can, like the old antifreeze. So I bought the Blackhawk repair kit off of HCRC now, Lazzars. Here's their website. I've never done this before, so this is going to be kind of new to me. But I have this, and I can kind of halfway read a diagram. I have to remove this, obviously, and then I'll get started. Like I said before, I'm not sure how deep I'm going to get into this. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I don't know that I have a seal for it, but I guess I will. Just because this is... I'm going to have to take this all off before I get there. I'll take this off. Just because I don't know what parts I have in here that correlate to stuff in here. It's supposed to cover it, but you know how generic kits are sometimes. Oop, well, let's seal there. Doesn't look too bad. Still got some oil in it. I went ahead and bought some, there we go, some of this pig mat. We use it at work. It comes in quite handy. Because I'm just gonna get a paper towel here. As I disassemble stuff, I will set it in the order I kind of took it apart in. Let this drain out and let it soak up the oil. I may not actually get this rebuilt tonight. It may be disassembly tonight and rebuild it tomorrow, which is fine by me. I don't really need it, but I do need it. It's one of those things. trying to figure out if this smells like AT. It does kind of smell like ATF. Now I put jack oil in here. Someone else may have put ATF. It works. It worked really good. I enjoy it. It was the best jack I think I've used for putting transmissions in. Fortunately, it gave up the ghost on me. I drained this video, and it's been below freezing the last 7 days. Well, for quite a while now. This oil kind of cold. I just sitting out in the sun for the last couple hours and I brought it inside. And you can feel how cold this is, but that's fine. Put ATF in there. Not sure how well it works. I mean, oil, but looks like it has water in it too. Really surprised glass outside. Let's set this up right over here. Maybe one of these. Some brew. Bought these sheets so we build motors and whatnot down here. See it soaks through a bit, but I'll take care of that here. Alright. Alright, let this rain out overnight. Do another wash in the morning. So there's a little water in the bottom of that. How fresh he is. Not good one. There's that. You know, see there's some junk in there. Oh, I should break my life on this right thing. I don't know how deep I'm going to get this. I don't think I'll paint here. It'll come off. Probably put it with it. That's what I think. No, actually, I don't think that'll work. I'm going to try to take this cup off and put it on here. If that's possible. Let's see. Definitely take that out very easily. It's not like I'm not super, I'm not upset, but also I'd be super upset because it doesn't work again, so. The seal here, you can see it's kind of how the seal itself is, that O-ring. I think that is an O-ring. Right there above this seal, kind of, it's ripped. I think that's what's giving me the issues. Let's see if I can repair this. I have some packing material in there. I'll have to really clean this before I disassemble it. There's one down there as well. Oh, not that one. Let's go bring my good stuff as well. You see a scratch in there? Well, I'll let this thing drain overnight. Figure out, prop it up, and then we'll be back tomorrow after it's kind of drained out and start in on seeing what we can replace. Let's see if we get it working at least. Okay, so here we are, day 3 on this project. Sometimes this stuff takes a while. Whoa, what's going on here? Well, it's because I extended the ram out. Using my old screwdriver, I got it out. Because there's a locking nut here. Now, if you watch other videos on YouTube, they can just grab it and pull. But I tell you what, I cannot get it. You can kind of see it's a little marred up here. Actually, both sides are. That's because, well, it was stuck. Used a little bit of this fancy-dancy Croil. Let it soak overnight last night. Went ahead while I was messing around. Also got some of this oil for reassembly. And got it back together, or got it soaked. And let me tell you, it goes. But it's taking a bit of work. It's not doing it because it can. It is it's not really fighting the whole way. It's just it's taking some work to get it out. And I don't have the proper tool to do this. So I'm probably gonna have to recondition this by maybe that's pot metal. That's starting to look like a pot metal ring. It's a good thing it hasn't kind of come apart on me. I'm going to put a little bit of Croil back on there. I don't mind the smell of this stuff. It's like ballistol. I don't mind it, but I don't really want it to be all I smell, to be honest. I also don't really want to smell like it all the time. I may actually make a tool to put this back together. I thought this was going to be a one-day project, joke's on me, since we're, like I said, on to day 3. Oop, hopefully this doesn't. Also, I forgot to mention, when I did disassemble it, this thing is full of rust. Oddly enough, it works, but it just had a lot of rust in it. I guess that's to be expected. Try not to score anything up here. Okay. There we go. It's starting to move now. Okay. Now I gotta get this off, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do. I will find one online, and I doubt I will, being I use Jack's one. That's pretty old. All right, let me put this on the floor and see if I can break it loose. If I can't, then I have to put some WD-40 on it or something, or Croil. Well, back to this video here. I put it on the ground. I've been beating on it. You can see my scribe marks here. This first line went to that. I gave it a little bit of oomph, getting it to untwist here. But I think what I'm going to do is try to get some Croil down in that crack. And I'll come down. I'll put some more in on it here in a couple hours, and see if we can just get it worked in there a little bit. You can see I'm kind of deforming this one side, and we'll get that cleaned up, because I'd really need to get this cleaned out, because if I don't, the check balls won't work as well, and that may be part of my issue here. I'll have to get this cleaned up, which is cheap pot metal ring, which won't be too bad, but I kind of did a number on this here. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. I could probably just machine something, which would probably be smart. Getting that taper fit, though, would be the fun. I'll have to think about it. Anyways, I got to disassemble it, and then I can get it cleaned. A little irritated about that. I'm going to have to emery cloth that down. I got it pretty good there, but looks like there's other nicks and stuff on here, so I shouldn't be too terribly worried. Oh man, yeah. I'll give it a really fine polish. You still see I'm dumping a little bit of oil out. So there's no Croil on this side. How can that be? Get some taps. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I'm hoping it just kind of works it in. But I have Croil all the way around it. So, alright, well, we'll continue on here later. So I let this soak with Croil. Well, I let it soak for quite a while. And I don't even know how that threads in there, huh? But you can see it's kind of chunky down here. Now the inside of it is a lot chunkier. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out, and then we'll start the reassembly process. So I got everything cleaned out. There is a little bit of sealant down there I'm going to try to get out. Looks like, not Permatex, but RTV. It's probably what they use to seal this to this. I bought some stuff I'm going to use. This is not actually threaded. And I got a little bit of rust to clean up on the bottom side of the cylinder down here. I don't know if you can see it there. Now, upon cleaning this, I kind of looked in here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it to you. But inside this hole, there is a bunch of junk. And down in there, the spring near the ball actually has rubber around it. And I'm wondering if that's what's actually held me up, caused me the issues. Nonetheless, I disassembled it. And so here we are. I'm going to try and I need to clean the rest of this out and get the springs out and the balls. And then we'll kind of go from there. So, thanks for watching this first part of cleaning everything and disassembly.